Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
It definitely seemed it was intense. It's a long time coming. We should have ratified back in July.
Working up all the way to the 11th hour, DATCO Bus Company and the School Bus Drivers Union have finally reached an agreement.
And now parents don't have to worry about getting their kids to and from school. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Fox 61's Tim Latow is in Middletown tonight with the latest on that contract agreement. Tim.
More than 3 months of negotiating came down to what's described as an intense 2-hour-long meeting. The day before, Middletown and Cromwell school bus drivers were set to park it on the picket lines.
And it's already coming together perfectly.
Yes, our house is coming together.
It's a new start for Taryn Gesford and her son, Braden.
What grade are you in, Braden?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. That's exciting.
But they moved from Providence to Middletown a week ago, right into the middle of a dispute between the School Bus Drivers Union, Teamsters Local 671, and bus company DATCO. Now, Taryn is prepared to shell out hundreds of dollars this week to get her son to school.
The babysitter that we're using is somebody I literally just hired. So I know her, I vetted her, but putting your child in a car with somebody that's not you it can be nerve-wracking.
Nerves were high Sunday evening as the strike of Middletown and Cromwell school bus drivers loomed overhead if a new agreement with DATCO wasn't reached by midnight, something that's been disputed since July.
It was very stressful. I mean, I'm not going to lie, losing sleep, and just thinking about my kids and how it would affect them.
Ultimately, a strike won't be happening after an agreement was reached between DATCO and the union, which received an approval by 82% of votes from its 132 members.
We stood up, we fought, and we won. And we showed the company that it is drivers and monitors who do the work, not corporate executives in their offices who don't actually interact with students and parents on a daily basis.
Union leaders say improvements in the contract include a pay increase, limiting outsourcing, better health care coverage for all members, and including school bus monitors in the contract for the first time.
We got it, though. We got what we needed and what we wanted, and then some.
Parents got what they needed too: routine and relief.
It's a huge sigh of relief for all of us to know that the bus drivers are getting what they want and what they feel they deserve, and that our kids are going to be able to get safely transported back and forth to school using the service that we pay for.
We reached out to DATCO for comment, but have not heard back. The contract will last 4 years until the summer of 2029. In Middletown, Tim Latow, Fox 61.
Well, developing tonight, a body has been discovered along Spring Street near the New Haven line. It happened this afternoon. Now, police say they found the man's body in the bushes around 2. The cause of the death and how long the body has been there are still unclear. We've been told the investigation is in the early stages right now, and Spring Street is closed so police can investigate the area.
Also developing in West Haven, police are investigating a shooting that happened early this morning and left 2 people injured. Officers responded to Sawmill Road around 2 a.m. after several callers reported gunshots in the area. And when police arrived, they learned the victims had left the scene. Police have not released any details on the victims' conditions, and the shooting remains under investigation tonight.
A body was found in the water at Mansfield Hollow State Park, and right now the state boat launch is closed. Police say DEEP was notified around 3 this afternoon, and they're asking people to avoid the area right now. Connecticut State Police and Deep Encon Police are leading the investigation. We're still waiting for more details to share with you, but nothing so far has been released.
Hartford police are investigating a double assault that left 2 men injured. Police were called to Franklin Avenue around 6:40 tonight, and that's where they found a man in his 40s with a slash and blunt force injuries. A second victim was identified as a man in his 50s, was located nearby with similar injuries. Both men were transported to the hospital. Both are listed as stable tonight. The Major Crimes Division is leading the investigation.
Now to an update to a story we first brought you last night. A man is dead, killed after being struck by a car on I-91 North in Windsor. Connecticut State Police say 30-year-old Santiago Jimenez of Meriden was standing on the shoulder after a prior crash. Investigators believe he was in the travel lane when he was hit by that car. It's unknown why he entered the travel lane, though, and didn't stay in the shoulder. If you have any other information that could help police, you're asked to contact State Police.
A head-on collision on Route 109 in Washington sent 3 people to the hospital Saturday night. Connecticut State Police say a 22-year-old man from Woodbury lost control and struck another vehicle. The driver, passenger, and the driver of the second vehicle were all taken to the hospital. Both vehicles were towed, and the crash remains under investigation.
And right now, Ansonia police are investigating a car crash on the Route 8 North on-ramp near Westfield Avenue. Fire crews arrived at the scene around 2:30 this afternoon. They found a vehicle up an embankment there. Those first responders safely pulled someone from one of the cars. That person is recovering tonight. Meanwhile, the cause of the crash is still under investigation.
And 14 people are without a home tonight after a fire in Bridgeport early this morning. Firefighters found the building fully engulfed between Connecticut and Union Avenues around 12:15 a.m. After hours of fighting the fire, it reignited just before 5 a.m. No injuries were reported, though. The American Red Cross is assisting the displaced families, and officials have not yet released an exact cause for the fire.
In just a matter of hours, a high-profile court case will take center stage here in Connecticut.
Yeah, the trial of former Deputy Budget Director Costa Diamantis is set to take place on Monday. He's accused of using his position as state leader for his own personal gain. Now, Fox 61's Stephen Reels joins us in studio now with how we got here and what we can expect. Stephen?
Yeah, Brent, Sarah, a lot of eyes have been on this case across the country ever since it started a few years ago. And right now, with the jury selected, the opening testimony is expected to start this week.
Years in the making, the trial of former state deputy budget director Costa Diamantis now begins, as the former state official faces accusations of soliciting money from contractors tied to school construction projects and using his role for personal financial gain, and received thousands of dollars in bribes from contractors from 2018 to 2021.
Because Mr. Diamantis routinely emphasized there would be detrimental effects to the project if Tallinn chose contractors or consultants other than CAP or D'Amato. So what's your reaction to that?
Not true.
So you're saying he's lying?
That's such a thing. I'm just saying that's not true.
Diamantis resigned from his position in 2021. The same day he was placed on administrative leave following an investigation. At the moment, the former lawmaker faces 22 charges, including extortion, bribery, and conspiracy. He also faces false statement charges, which are said to make up a majority of the 22 charges in question. Diamantis pled not guilty after he was arraigned in 2024.
We got no comment at this time.
Federal authorities say 3 executives with 2 private contractors have already pled guilty to conspiring to bribe Diamantis. United States Attorney Vanessa Roberts Avery said, "Constructing and renovating schools is an important and very expensive endeavor for our state and municipalities, and corruption within a program that manages and funds them adds cost, seriously erodes trust in government, and raises questions about work quality and the potential harms to students and educators in the classroom." In another turn, on Friday, Diamantis' attorney filed a motion to add Governor Ned Lamont as a potential witness and added a further political fold in a case that could take weeks.
And we did reach out to Diamantis' attorney, but they declined to interview ahead of the trial. Now, in the past, Governor Lamont's office said they would fully cooperate with federal authorities. But for now, live in the studio, Stephen Reels, Fox 61.
Stephen, thanks. The first full weekend of the Southington Apple Harvest Festival is over, but don't worry, there's still time to go if you didn't make it.
Fox 61's Kate Pattyfoot was there tonight. She asked people what their favorite part of the festival is.
The Southington Apple Harvest Festival was nothing short of food. It's something most people look forward to each year. The first 2 weekends in October are known for the Apple Harvest Festival and its 6 days of fun and food. A lot of the vendors support the Southington community.
So we like to give back to the community, and a lot of our proceeds go to the community. And we're just having fun, having a good old time, trying to get the word out to come get your pierogies and your Kelly dog. Woo-hoo!
Some people, like Ani Decaro, traveled all the way from California to come back home for the festival.
I think it highlights the best of Southington. So if you're ever curious about like small town vibes, come down when everyone's out and you'll get like the best of both worlds. It's like Gilmore Girls, Little Starry Hollow.
And while everyone dibble dabbles in as much food as they can, there's one place everyone seemed to be lining up for.
I'm in line for the fritters. That's the only reason I'm here today, is for the fritters.
Tracy Pentelo and so many others behind her couldn't wait to get their hands on the hot fritters.
Delicious.
The fritters are made by Zion Lutheran Church, and the story behind it is just as good.
Started 56 years ago. The apple harvest had started the year before. We wanted to find a fundraiser, so someone had donated 50 pounds of flour to the church and asked everybody to come up with a recipe. They came up with, a bunch of people tried it. Dot and Larry Zaranata came up with the recipe. They tried it out at the church picnic. Everybody loved it.
Pentelo says she would wait all day and night for them.
It's my major cheat on my diet, but I have to do it because they're delicious.
I've been told one of the staples at the festival are these apple fritters, so I'm going to give it a try and see what all the hype is about. I get it. I get it. In Southington, Cape Hattie-Foot, Fox 61.
And then, of course, she dug right back into the bag and got the rest of those out and devoured them on the spot because they are amazing.
I were told there were some in the newsroom. I didn't see them, though.
I didn't see those myself.
I don't think they made them back from Southington, did they, Kay?
They don't last very long when they get here.
Yeah, nothing lasts long in that newsroom, no. But it was a perfect weekend to get out there and enjoy really anything.
A beautiful weekend for standing in line for 45 minutes for the fritters because that's about what you do, but it's still worth it. All right.